Welcome to a rundown of the history behind the Almaden Quicksilver County Park. What once was an environmentally damaging mining operation has now taken a 180-degree turn for everything.
Why cinnabar relating to mercury became popular. Mercury was found just before the California gold rush. Before, it seemed like a useless mineral, but after the gold rush occurred, the location of the new Almaden became convenient for California miners as they used the mercury to extract gold. Thus began the demand for mercury as a way to extract gold for even more profits. However, mercury doesn't exist in the wild, but rather is in red ores called cinnabar. Through a complex process of formation, extraction, and refining, we'll learn how this process works and how we got mercury. Mercury was also used to get gold. So miners would mix the mercury and gold together, then let it combine and settle to form an amalgam. After the amalgam is formed, the gold is then extracted by vaporizing the mercury. Then they can get the leftover gold, which stayed solid since it had a higher melting point than mercury.
Moving on, let's talk about the uses of the ore and how the miners found cinnabar. Miners used the native technique of following quartz rock until it began to scatter and split more frequently. This was because cinnabar formed from heated steam. This steam dissolved and mixed with other minerals found in the rocks to form quartz and, more importantly, cinnabar. At this point, the cinnabar became apparent. Miners used elaborate systems of tunnels and columns supported by timber logs as they would explode parts to reveal more cinnabar to dig out.
After miners painstakingly dug for the cinnabar and transported it outside from the mines, they began to extract the mercury. One way was through a whaler's cast iron pot. A hole was dug, a crate laid over the top with the cinnabar, and then the pot was placed upside down on top of the contraption. From there, a fire was sparked, and as the days passed, such as 5 to 7 days, the mercury was excreted out through vaporization from the cinnabar rock. As this occurred, it vaporized and condensed back onto the sides of the pot, where it would slowly drip down the sides of the pot and then pool on the bottom. After this contraption had enough time to cool down, the miners would collect the pools of mercury and effectively use it from there.
Throughout the entire process, workers were frequently exposed to mercury. At the time, no one knew the detrimental effects of mercury, much less how to avoid inhaling it. Those who refined mercury often inhaled it in vapor form. Those who mined for it would get black lung from the SBMs in the mines, and those who worked with it would come in direct contact, meaning that it would be absorbed through their skin. As a result, mercury poisoning became common. One way someone suffered through it was from neurological damage, which was shown through a loss of memory and lack of fine motor skill.
Hi guys, what are we doing here?
We're doing a demonstration.
Alright, let's get started.
Okay, I got this one over. I have the thick thingy. Is it called a lead?
I have no clue.
So we would put this in the rock. So that, and she would hammer it so that all of the rocks and ore can fall. Okay. Oh yeah. And then if mine is ever missed,